Hello, everyone, and this is the ninth episode of Reading Without Secrets with Mr. Ged. And this is the first video concerning the third passages. Concerning the third passages, we're going to use this strategy. It is the same strategy as the one we use with single passages. We don't have two strategies. The strategy will go as follows. First of all, we're going to answer questions. Here is passage one. We need to answer passage one questions. This is first thing. You need to answer the questions of passage one. Then we need to get a main idea. And this main idea we're going to get from the questions. Then we need to go for passage two. With passage two, we'll do the same thing as we did with passage one. We're going to answer the questions of passage two. Then we're going to get a main idea from the questions. Then at last, we're going to answer the comparison questions. So passage one questions first, then the main idea of passage one, then passage two questions, then the main idea of passage two, then at the end, we need to answer the comparison questions. Okay, we'll go for passage one as usual. First, we're going to read the blurb. Here is the blurb. It says, the first edited passage is from Animals of the Past by Frederick Lucas on, here is the important portion, on the reason animals become extinct. What is extinction of animals? The disappearance of animals, the dying out of animals. Okay. We're going to go for the questions. Question 22. The purpose of the first paragraph. With the purpose of the first paragraph, it is the main idea of the first paragraph. So what I need to do is to go for the first paragraph and to find the main idea through what? Through the topic sentence of the first paragraph. It is often asked, why do animals become extinct? Okay, what I noted is that, what I observed is that there is a quotation mark, and this is not a quotation, while he's using the quotations here to highlight the importance of the question. And then he is using a question. This is another technique, a rhetorical question. Why? To attract attention of the reader that this is the main idea of the passage. Why do animals become extinct? By now, I know the answer of the question 22. Sorry, what was that? Yes, it was introducing the premise, the main point of the passage. B, refute a misconception. Correct. Refute means correct. Misconception means misunderstanding. No, he was asking a question. Speculate, predicting the importance of the question. No. Speculate means to predict, to foresee, to foretell. Highlight the different aspects of extinction. It wasn't a main idea and wasn't mentioned in the topic sentence. Now I'm going to go for question 23. 23, as used in line 31, matter most nearly means. Dictionary meaning of matter is content and material. What is consequence? Consequence is a result. Then I'm going to go there. Line 31. In line 31, it says, I'm going to start from the beginning of the sentence from line 30, that it would have been a difficult matter for them, a difficult condition for them. Matter means condition. It's not a consequence, result. It isn't a content, and it isn't a material. A difficult matter means what? Yes, as we read, difficult situation for them. Excellent. Then question 24 asks about passage 2. 25, passage 2. I'm going to skip that. Question 26, it talks about both passages. 27, line 100. 28, passage 2. 29, yes, 29 is concerning passage 1. What is the question? Which of the following does the author of passage 1 state as the reason for extinction? So he's asking me about the reason for extinction, and I haven't read the passage. So what do I have to do? Yes, I have to go for the evidence question. I'm going to cross evidence A. Guess why? Yes, because it only introduced it is in the first paragraph, and I know that the purpose of the first paragraph is to introduce the main idea of the passage only. It doesn't have any reasons. So I'm going to go for 8 to 11. 8 to 11, and remember that I'm looking for reason behind extension. 8 to 11. It's there. In very many cases, it may be said that actual extermination. What is extermination? Extinction. What is extinction? Dying out of the animals has not taken place. It didn't happen. But that in the course of development, one species has passed into another. It doesn't say anything about the reason behind extinction. So I'm going to go for evidence C. And where is C? Which line? Yes, it's line 1924. And what I want you to note that you haven't read the passage, so you need to read carefully every single piece of evidence you're going to read. Yes, it says it starts with so. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to get a result here because so has a so it always introduces results and consequences. Okay, in general way, it may be said that much of what at first glance, first look, first thought, first view, we might call extinction. What is it? Is really the replacement, the substituting of one set of animals, one group of animals by another group of animals, better adapted to the to surrounding conditions. Conditions, surrounding conditions, it means sources of food, weather conditions, and these stuff. Okay. So now I know that I'm pretty sure that this is the evidence. See, and then I can go for question 30. With question 30, it says here two answers that have replacement B and C. What C? It says replacement due to food chain. While the code did not say anything about food chain. Food chain was not there in your code. However, it was better adapted to the surrounding conditions. The answer is C. Now, I'm going to continue the answers of passage 1 questions. I don't, question 31, it discusses passage 2. Question 32, yes, when mentioning Ecocene, something, I know that the Ecocene is one of the times of the eras that passed on Earth. It's like the Ice Age, one of the ages that passed on Earth. Okay. So this is a technical term, and the question is asking about the readers. So when the writer says or mentions this technical term, what does he assume about the readers? He assumes that the reader is familiar, yes, or familiar, yes, unfamiliar, no, and B, what does animal literature has to do with science? So B is not correct. So because it talks about animal literature, and we still have A and D. The reader is familiar with the term as high school student. No. The reader must be professional to understand what is Ecocene, something that one of the times or that passed on Earth or one of the eras. I didn't need to go back to the passage because this is a general questions asking about the type of audience that may read this passage. That's why I did not have to go back. It isn't useful to go back to this quotation because it talks about technical term. It's a general question. Now, I know what is the main idea of passage 1. Sorry, what is that? What is the main idea of passage 1? Yes, it was mentioning reason behind extinction that is stated in question 29, and it says it's the replacement of animals by other animals better situated or better adapted to the conditions, to the surroundings. Okay, I know the main idea of passage one. I'm going to go for passage two, and I'm going to start by the verb as usual. Here is the verb. It says the second edited passage is taken from Our Vanishing Wildlife. Vanishing means disappearing wildlife by William T. Hornaday on the abuse of nature or the misuse of nature. And who abuses nature? Sure, man is the abuser of nature. He doesn't have to mention that. However, I'm going to go for the questions directly. Which of the following best explains the author's stance, the author's position, the author opinion in man? In man versus what? In man versus nature. Because the verb of the passage speaks about the abuse of nature. So man against nature. Okay, we're going to go A, 7073. 7073. No man, yes, here is a man, has the right, either moral or legal, to destroy. Moral means ethical, akhlaqi, to destroy or squander. Destroy is squander. The inheritance. What is inheritance? Yes, the legacy, miras, of his children that he holds for them in trust. What does this have to do with man versus nature? Nothing. Okay, next quote was 7780. With all his wisdom, man has not evolved, developed, and placed here. That means on earth, so much as a ground squirrel. We all know what is a squirrel, a sparrow, or a clam type of animal. That has nothing to do with man versus nature. I need man versus nature. Okay. Here's the next evidence, line 92. But man, here's the subject, the shameless destroyer of nature gifts. So the man destroys nature gifts. Blithely, what is blithely? Blithely, yes, it means deliberately, intentionally, متعمد, and persistently, consistently. What is consistently? Constantly, always, باستمرار, exterminates, ends, kills one species after another. So it says that man kills one species after another, and he blithely destroys nature's gifts. So this is the evidence, yes, 92. And it says that man destroys nature. Okay. Man faces extinction. No, it doesn't say so. Man is a victim of nature's perils. Perils means dangers. No, it says that man ends nature. It says that man kills one species after another. Man unintentionally, without intention, destroys nature. لا. Man purposefully, intentionally, deliberately, blithely, متعمد, to destroy, cruel to nature. What is cruel? Cruel means harsh. What is harsh? Harsh means tough. What is tough? Acid to nature. How is he like that? Because he kills one, he destroys nature's gifts and kills one species after another. I got the main idea of the passage. Man destroys nature. Okay, question 27, because question 26 talks about both passages. Secure. What is secure? What is fasten? Fasten your seat belt. Or what? Ensure, make sure, protect. I know what is protect. Connect. Your. Okay. Line 100. Okay, I'm going to go from the beginning of the sentence. The things that seemingly decent citizens, respectful citizens, revered citizens, citizens means people of the country, men posing as gentlemen, this is gentlemen, will do to wild game. What is wild game? Game? No, it's not lava. Game, wild game, wild animal. When they secure great chances to slaughter. What is slaughter? Slaughter means to kill them. So how do they secure them to kill them? Yes, yes, to secure their numbers. Yes. Okay, what is secure? Do they protect them? No. Why? Because finally they slaughter them بيذبحوهم. Connect with animals? No. Fasten animals, يربطوا animals? No. But to ensure, to make sure that they have the correct numbers to feed them. يكفيهم بس. Okay. Question 28. Which of the following statements of the author's stance in passage 2 is true? Okay. This is a scientific passage. The author provides subjective and objective evidence that fails to support his claim, his assumption, his main idea. Fails, no. C, the author provides little evidence to support his claim, no. The author provides no evidence, no substantial evidence at all for his position, for his opinion, no. But the author provides objective evidence. What is objective? Yes, factual evidence. The author used facts to support his claim. Okay, I think I'm done with passage 2. I still have one more question to go for passage 2. When the author of passage 1 discusses extinction of nature as related to nature, the author of passage 2 discusses extinction related to who? Yes, passage 2 talked about mankind only. Then I still have one question to go. Question 26, the third question. Okay, he needs the relationship between two passages. A, passage 1 attacks stance taken in passage 2. No, it doesn't attack passage 2. C, passage 1 argues for the failure of man. Passage 1 did not talk about man at all. D, passage 1 demonstrates historical context. It did not talk about history. However, passage 1 provides scientific evidence for the information presented in passage 2. Yes, passage 2 says that man kills animals and cause their extinction, while passage 1 states that there is no extinction. The real extinction is the passing of one species into another species. That was the real reason behind extinction. I've finished both passages. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Good luck.